Hello my friends, Virus here. A few days ago, I made a video covering the recent drama revolving around Sinder. And oh boy, it was a mess. Girl was racking up allegations like she was collecting the Infinity Stones. And like Thanos, her response was inevitable. About a day and a half later, she posted an apology. Already this is a pretty mid-apology because there's no ukulele. And just like last time, I'm not going to read it. Nor do I have to. Because it was once again summarized by Tectone on Twitter, the hero we need, but don't deserve. And it goes a little something like this. Redacted, or Red, is confirmed to be manager and significant other. We kind of already pieced that together, but she confirmed it in this. Sinder claims that Red warped her POV to be much more shark-like and business-minded. This I can kind of believe considering how shark-like Red was with Nano. But if she knew it was wrong, she should have just put a stop to it. There was nothing stopping her from just cutting ties with Red. Significant other, manager, it doesn't matter. She should be able to just cut ties with Red if she didn't like the situation. And I get that it's probably a very yucky situation considering she's dating him and he's her manager, so firing him would just be kind of awkward. But still, if she didn't like it, she should have put a stop to it before now. Gives an attempt at an apology and takes some accountability. I suppose some is better than none. Pure speculation, it seems she's trying to throw Red under the bus and feign ignorance. Sinder claims she was ignorant to the full extent of Red's manipulation on Nano, even though I'm pretty sure there are screenshots floating around that she was aware of the full extent. And I believe there are some screenshots floating around of her, like, manipulating Nano herself, which is very scummy. And it kind of devalues this claim here, because it kind of proves that she's at least somewhat lying. Sinder claims that they were only responsible for canceling one VTuber's works premeditated. This I just don't believe. I'm pretty sure in other documents there are claims that she canceled on other VTubers as well, so the one VTuber just doesn't add up. Note, there have been 0 DMs or screenshots included in the entire document. And this is where I feel like this apology is massively flawed. If you're going to make these claims, you need to have evidence to back yourself up. Otherwise, we just have to take her word for it, and considering her track record of lying so far, I don't know how valuable her word is. Sinder says she had even less of an idea of what Red was communicating, even though there were screenshots of her admitting that she did. And I believe this is tying into what I said about not knowing about the full extent of Red's manipulation, because I believe this just outright proves that she knew about Red's manipulation on Nano. Admits she was jealous and upset with Bao over the editor debacle, which I believe that was the, I believe it's Saker, I believe that's their name. And to my understanding, I believe it was she was trying to pressure Bao's editor into working for her and not for Bao. Because I don't think Bao did anything wrong in this scenario because, if we remember from the last video, she absolved herself from any wrongdoing. So most likely, Sinder got overthrown with jealousy, and that's what caused this. Claims that the "it's just business" screenshot was horribly misinterpreted and that she meant that Nano was free to do whatever she wanted. I call crap on that because if she did mean it that way, she wouldn't have pressured Nano into doing more work for her. Because I believe there are screenshots of her also pressuring Nano, it wasn't just Red. There was a lot of Red doing that to Nano, but I'm pretty sure Sinder had her share as well. Sinder claims that the name Sinder is a mix of sin and cinder, thought of by Red, not an attempt to copy or sound like Silver, even though I'm not sure who asked. Yeah, where did that come up? Though I don't know how much I can believe this either, because we know that Sinder sees Silver as a rival in the VTubing space, and she also has a history of copying other creators' models and ideas. And once again, this is just another take my word for it claim. Admits that she has a grudge towards Silvervale after the constant comparisons by the community. I can kind of understand that, especially if she sees her as a rival. She probably doesn't want to be compared too closely, especially if she saw herself on a pillar like above Silvervale. She probably doesn't want to be compared to someone she sees as competition. Apologized to Silver for treating her so harshly and trying to ruin her business ordeals with Nano. Says that Silver didn't deserve it at all. Very true. Silver did not deserve it at all. Though I don't know how meaningful this apology is considering, again, she sees Silver as a rival creator. So who knows? Claims that the outfit similarities with Spite are merely just a coincidence. Claims that she had all those outfit ideas before Spite. No proof of screenshots shown at all. Again, can't make these claims if you don't have any evidence to back it up. So there's no proof that she had these models and ideas before Spite. All we have to go off of is Spite debuts an outfit, and then a few months later, Sinder debuts a very similar outfit. So again, this is just another take my word for it claim. Says that Spite doesn't deserve the hate she gets for merely looking like Sinder. That is very true. It kind of reminds me of the situation with the Will Smith slap where somebody like that had the same name was getting harassed. Most likely a similar situation here. Cinder admits fully to being a cheater, betraying her boyfriend's trust with Rain. So Rain was the creator that she was interested in. We talked about that in the last video. And this is the only thing I will probably praise Cinder for in this whole apology, because it absolutely can't be easy to say that they are a cheater, but I'm glad that she took responsibility for that and admitted. Cinder claims these misactions were due to her being young and having no friends. I understand the being young and stupid excuse all day. We were all young and stupid at one point. But even so, she's been a creator on the platform for years now. If she realized these were misactions, then why didn't she change? You know what I mean? That's another thing. In this whole document, she does not promise any change. And I feel like change is required if she wants to continue her career as a VTuber. Seems that Red was the boyfriend that got cheated on, yet no direct confirmation. There was confirmation at the beginning of this post, so we know that that is true. Apologizes to Peaches, which I believe this is Vamp Peaches, for forgetting them, claims they got busy with content creation. Very good on her for apologizing to Peaches, and I really hope she meant this apology. I don't really think that the excuse holds up, but that's what she gave. Cinder wrote a personal apology to every person involved. Nano, Bao, Sack, Cotton, Lily, Silver, Spite, Peaches, Rain, and her community. And they absolutely all deserve apologies, especially Bao and Nano. I do want to reiterate that I did purchase a tub of Bao Berry, Bao's GamerSupps flavor, and I did use code Bao at checkout. I just wanted to find a way to support her in a way, especially with all the stuff she's been dealing with lately on top of this. That's just how I showed my support to Bao, and I encourage you to find your own way to support her. And that was the end of the document. That was the entire document. Personal thoughts if you care. And this basically just sums up my personal thoughts as well. I could not have said it better. This document was a horrible attempt at an apology, very little to zero true accountability taken. This was a horrible attempt at throwing her boyfriend under the bus for their both shared issues they've caused, which I predicted would be the direction of this document. This whole ordeal makes me quite sad knowing how many people felt hurt by this, and I don't believe anyone is going to approve or enjoy reading this whatsoever. Sad. And I completely agree with this. Horrible attempt at an apology, basically just throwing Red under the bus and trying to feign ignorance, but I am glad she apologized to the people involved. I really hope she meant it. And now I want to go to the comment section of her apology. Shylily's response is up at the top. I do believe that this requires its own video, so I will be doing a separate video for Shylily's apology, so be sure to click that sub button so you don't miss it. First up is dude f off. First comment right after that. That's awesome. W buff pup. Camilla says, as if boyfriend and girlfriend don't tell each other every single little thing. You are blaming him to save yourself. I am so disappointed in you both. Shame on you for the pain you have caused all your friends. Should really be in quotes here. Just so you can be the best. Very well said, Camilla. Also, congrats on your May 5th debut. I've seen images floating around. Congrats. Cottontail said, I'm so disappointed, dude. Rightfully so. Apology looks inside. This is why I did nothing wrong. It was all my point. Oh, I love the cat. I'm a very big cat person. Oh, I don't know how that got there. Google Docky. I am so sorry. Yeah, and even Cha-Cha's here. Congrats on your May 11th debut. I haven't seen it yet because it's not out yet because I'm recording this beforehand, but I'm sure by the time this video is out, it'll be up. So congrats on your May 11th debut. And he hasn't been talked to extensively about the situation. Oh, yeah, that's pretty yucky. Beefy said, damn, I'm just disappointed reading this. And we got Lucy Pyre here as well. Lying and manipulating like this only twists the knife in the hearts of the people you've hurt. You've spit on the faces of the Pyro Pups who've patiently waited for your side of the story and held out hope for a genuine apology and accountability. I hope one day you truly change. I hope that too. I really wholeheartedly hope that too. TDLR, blame it all on my boyfriend and feign ignorance, give an honest apology, Cinder. Only one option left. See, this is the apology we really deserved. But yeah, I agree with Tectone wholeheartedly. It feels like a very rushed apology. It was only a day and a half later, so I really don't think that that's enough time to just formulate a good apology. It really does just seem like she's feigning ignorance and just trying to throw Red under the bus. And it does seem like Red did have a good, portion of involvement in this. But Cinder's just as guilty, as we've seen through numerous screenshots and documents. But I want to reiterate here, please don't go harassing anyone. That's not going to make anything better. I don't condone harassment in any way. This isn't me rallying the troops. And I know that Cinder's not going to get fully canceled for this. There's still going to be people that watch her, of course. She's not just going to be wiped off the face of the earth. And I just feel terrible for everyone involved in this. Again, I will give Shylily's response its own video, so be sure to click the sub button so you don't miss that. I should have that up in a couple days. And I also just want to say massive thank you for all the support that last video received. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. Rest in peace my throat, because I've been recording for over an hour. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new and hit that bell so you never miss any virus content. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Virus out.